there have been a small handful of books since 1945, since the end of the Second World War, in the realm of political theory which are really important. John Rawls' book, Theory of Justice, is one. And Crick's book himself, I think, in Defence of Politics, is one of the important ones.
I think the great benefit of Bernard Crick was that he could cut through the crap. He could literally actually take away the obscurantism of so many academics, where we talk in language, we write in language, which is almost designed to exclude other people.
There's no reason why academics can't write intellectually stimulating and important books that can be read by a broader audience. And it was read by that broader audience. It's still read today, and in many ways it provides a lesson for our academics today on what writing is all about and why we write.
Basically what he's saying is that this is an activity, an area of activity, where, and I use big words now, it's sort of pluralistic discourse. That is, it assumes diversity. It assumes that by reasoned discussion amongst the people involved, they will come to some sort of understanding of one another and an accommodation and a resolution of some way forward on issues of common purpose.
Because politics is so hard, it's so messy, it's based around somehow resolving competing demands, it tends to be messy, suboptimal, inefficient, cumbersome and hard to understand. But that wasn't politics failing, that was the beauty of politics, because it allowed us to live together through compromise, and most of all, it stopped war.
My view of Bernard Crick's book is that it stands the test of time, not just because it's outlining issues that are relevant today, that politics is a messy business and it's never been more messy, that you can't really have a democracy without engaged citizenship, and that's relevant to all of us, and that you have to be able to counterweight where power really lies, critical for the debate over the future of Britain in the EU and the world. All of these things stand to a testament both to his thinking and to the issues of today.
The great legacy of the book is that arguably today, in a time of pessimism and populism, the book is arguably more important today than it was when it was first written 50 years ago.
It's extraordinary apposite that we're reviewing it now, when all of these issues have arisen and become so intense, and do throw a very sharp light on the value of the book, of the Defence of Politics, and indeed the whole gamut of Bernard's work.
Conservatives have been in office at the time for over 10 years. The Labour Party was in disarray. There was no certainty about what was going to happen in the very changing world of the 1960s. It provided a vision of why politics really mattered and why people should be engaged, not just peripherally with marching, which was the feature of the day, but actually getting engaged and getting their hands dirty by being involved in genuine decision making.
In Defence of Politics has very direct links to the Department of Politics here, because Sir Bernard Crick was our inaugural Professor of Politics. He founded the department in 1965, and he brought with him very much that culture, that approach to scholarship that had come out in the book. This was an emphasis on engagement, of getting out beyond the lecture theatre, of professors of politics working with local communities to help improve public understanding of politics.
You know, it wasn't just sitting down in a study writing great tunes and great thoughts. He was prepared to get involved with the starting the Politics Association. He was prepared to get involved with the citizenship project. So he was prepared to put time and effort into actually trying to make these things happen in practice.
Bernard was a character. He was both endearing and infuriating at the same time. He was quirky whilst absolutely clear in what he believed were absolutely fundamental messages. And of course, he was also a great scholar, and his biography of George Orwell, again, stands the test of time.
He was spiky, he was prickly, he was an eccentric. He wouldn't follow the rules. In many ways, he was a sort of professor that was very traditional, but we've lost. And I think we need a few of those radical eccentrics back. Maybe that's what I really want to be.
I'm biased because Bernard Crick was not only my tutor, but he was my friend. And I think that the political arena at the moment is short of Bernard Cricks.